Things are beginning to move now. Not as fast as I'd like them to, but things are beginning to move.
Yesterday I started putting together a post for the website, and I think it's hard to gauge how much you've done when you're in the midst of everything. So when I've done the you asked for, we delivered by, I've actually seen how much we've done, and if you think that Andy's only been employed nearly 6 months, the amount that we've achieved in such a short time, I think that's amazing.
My job is to see that plan through for them, translate what they've got on paper into real life, and try and make sure it happens.
Last year we had an assembly and we held it next door at Ibbotson Court, and we did have a few people come, but there weren't as many as we hoped had come.
The biggest problem is engaging the public on any sort of level, and that's where we're really trying to concentrate at the moment.
Trying to get people to come out the houses in winter to just come and hear us talk about what's happening at Revoelution is probably not going to happen and not going to get a great response.
This year instead we've got a Volkswagen Beetle bus, and we're going to drive to a few streets, give out mince pies and hot chocolate, let people know what we have achieved so far this year, what we have planned for next year, engage the community's ideas.
You could go back to the beginning and know what I know now. The first priority would be to go and engage with every single person who lives in this area or works in this area or volunteers, have a proper conversation with them. I think we couldn't have a proper conversation with them because we didn't know what we were talking about, and that's the sad thing.
I'm hoping that these 5 streets that I'm targeting with the assembly will create maybe a core group of residents that do want to really get involved with the partnership, come to the meetings and really influence the decisions.
Just hoping that Lindsay can really generate a group of people who have got the enthusiasm that we had at the very beginning, and they come in now and we capture that and we get them on board and we go on from there.
We've got the business group. We've been waiting a while to try and get the right person to with a business background to work with the local businesses on the main Central Drive strip. So the beginnings of that, the environmental project, again we're starting to see these hanging baskets popping up in different places.
Just delivered 10 hanging baskets to residents and businesses in the area, and we're just taking names now for our next 10 to be delivered next week.
Just having them up, people are saying, I want one like theirs, and they're actually wanting it, and it's great to see that people are actually coming out of the houses and interacting with each other. So I can definitely see a difference.
We have some alleyway work coming up because most of our back streets are gated alleyways, and they're usually used for dumping, and they're not very nice places to be. So we thought about putting stuff like hopscotch, plants and stuff up and down.
We've had some work with the school, working with some young children who maybe are slightly in a vulnerable position over a holiday period, and looking at healthy eating and fitness with them.
We didn't have the school included in the first map or boundary outline, and we thought that were, I don't know, that they should be included, and they should feel included as well.
And it's important that the children are perceived to be part of the community, putting something back. So, for instance, a volunteering strategy that would have that's sustainable, doesn't require the additional funding, is going to be paramount to us. Aspirations for local residents, potentially to see the school as a potential training centre or an employment centre going forward. So we want certainly the school to have a far more active role in developing and growing with the community, which doesn't require any money. What that requires is joined up thinking, which this group has in abundance.
Now the hub's utilised a lot more as well, so we've got Fulfilling Lives who are starting to come and attend and do sessions from here. We have a craft club as well that's on a Wednesday evening, a life coach. We've got that, that's geared towards our health stuff, which I've done sessions myself and I'm still working with her. So that's good. It's been really positive.
The life coaching that's going on, which obviously engages with people that would be in that situation, whether it be drug addiction or mental health issues or just life crisis, and I see that working.
I have people who come and drop in to speak about hepatitis C. It's run by people who have hepatitis C as well, so it's just like a support group. And generally they don't actually talk about Hep C. I mean, they do have discussions about it, but it's not like 100%. It's more like support-wise.
We're really excited that the detached youth work's on the go. Of course, you know, we're not out there seeing what's happening, so you know, it was exciting to do the tendering for that. That was interesting.
One of the main tasks we're giving them is for consultation to come back. We want them to work with the young people where they are. So we want those young people to feed back into the partnership what they want to see happen themselves, to have their voice, marry the two and get some positive results with them.
Partnership a year ago were having some really bad difficulties. A lot of key players left the partnership. At a pivotal time when we really needed them, when we were just putting our plan together or submitting it, and that impacted the partnership loads. It sort of deflated us a bit, and then we were just like, let's just get through the next stage, and then after that point had come and the plan had been submitted and it had been accepted, then it sort of gave us all a bit more of a boost. So, and the training that we go on as well, or the events that we attend, it's good to like get in touch with other local trust areas and realise that some of them are having the same difficulties as us.
Everybody's learning.
Seeing the big local making a difference in individuals, which is translating also into the group. So we have a small partnership group here, but the people in it, some of the key people are getting very highly skilled.
It's given me the opportunity to grow in a lot of the way I think. I particularly like those chairs meetings that I go to and listening to the people there and their experiences.
I'd like to see the lasting change by the community owning their own community, what the issues are.
We've had some new partnership members come on, and that's been amazing because now we can sort of share the workload, or even if they don't want to be involved that much, we still have somebody else's opinion and somebody else's input, and it's a fresh set of eyes.
I just want them to achieve like the community sense that's already here, but I want it to be enhanced. I want it to be brought out of the houses and into the community, because a lot of people do know each other.
A bit like an oil tanker, we're sort of going, we've got a direction, it's picking up speed, and hopefully next year it just things will get faster, more things will be done, and then the trouble with oil tankers, it's going to be very difficult to stop.
I know so many people who've kind of given up on life, so I'd like to see people, and it was something like that Tina said, the word hope, is that they'd have a hope. You know, I think some people in this area have just given up and can't see any way out of anything or any change or anything, and so a revolution is about change, and we'd like them to have that hope to be able to change.
I want to see change, positive change. Like, we have this opportunity that is, no one's been given this before. People, yeah, sceptical until they realise that it is resident-led,